And we're going to start in a seated position. So make your way to your chair and just have your stretchy resistance band nearby so that it's handy and ready to go. Scoot your butt way back, and then just for a moment, let everything reduce effort. Let your feet soften. Let your legs soften, let your back soften. Reduce the gripping in your toes, relax your butt muscles just a little. And then as your breath starts to slow down a little bit, for the next 3 cycles of breath, with each exhalation, imagine that your eyebrows get soft and heavy and melt down towards your jaw. And then just for a moment before we get super active with our bodies, take a moment just to tune in and notice the temperature of your environment. So when we get into those hotter days or dramatically cold days, we want to just make sure that we work at a pace that feels good to our body. Make sure you're hydrated. Take a moment just to take a swallow, notice. Take a nice gentle breath. If you've got your AC on, you might notice a coolness to the air as you breathe in through your nose, and then a warmth of the exchange as you breathe out. And if it's warm in your space, you might notice the warmth of the air as you breathe in, and then the warmth of the air as you breathe out. And then before we move away from this place of stillness, just take a moment to set that good intention to honor your mind and your body throughout your practice. Never do anything that would cause your mind or your body pain. Treat yourself with love, care, and respect. With that intention set, start to lift your back away from the back of your chair so you're sitting up a little bit taller, and then just take some soft shoulder rolls, just gently rolling up to the ears, around, down, and back, and just kind of tuning in into the light version, like where you're not connecting it with the breath. You're just kind of rolling the shoulders around. Notice if there's any stiff or sticky places. Notice if there's any crunching or crackling, and there's no right or wrong. We just notice. Sometimes the crunching and crackling can be sticky fascia. And sometimes the crunching and crackling can be like little pockets of air in the joints. So we just want to kind of like let it be for a minute. Don't stress, don't clench your jaw, and then see if you can just kind of smooth it out a touch. And then if everything's feeling good going in one direction, take it in reverse, go the other way. Same thing here. We're going for the light version, so we don't need to connect it with breath. We're just tuning in and noticing any stiff or sticky places, any crunching or crackling. Nice. Take one more good circle around, and then a light, soft twist. Lightly rotate to one side. Take a nice big breath. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, a light, soft twist to the other side. Inhale, come back to center. We're going to do one physiological sigh. So for physiological sigh, we take a big breath of air through our nose. We hold that breath. We take an extra sip of air. We hold that breath for a moment, and then we exhale through our nose as slow as you possibly can. So find your nice tall spine, get your shoulders nicely organized just so they don't feel like they're working too hard. Now take a big in-breath through your nose and imagine you're just trying to fill up your lungs and your rib cage. Hold that breath for a moment. Take an extra sip of air. Hold that just for a moment, and then exhale through your nose as slow as you can. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to do a little booty walking. So you're just going to walk your butt forward in your chair, and you're shooting for hands free. You're going to do a little booty walk forward, a little booty walk back. And as we're going along here, this is just to kind of wake up the hip hike muscles, our quadratus lumborum muscles, get your butt kind of just sort of desensitized to being in the chair. And then we're going to do a bit of leg stuff, a little bit of arm stuff with our theraband. So just, or resistance band. So just know that we're going to get our legs feeling alive and active. All right, go for one more. You want to walk your butt forward. So come towards the edge of your chair, and then we're going to lean back a touch. But when we lean back into the chair for this one, sometimes we can just be like slack and it's nice. But for today, we're going to lean back into the chair just so that, but feel a little bit active. Feel like there's a little bit of a firmness in your center. So you're not slacking into the chair, you're holding yourself into the back of the chair. Now walk your legs out just a touch, and we're just going to start with some alternating leg lifts. You want to feel like there's a little bit of effort coming from your abdomen to hold you in that sort of steady position. You want your legs a little bit long so that the quadriceps are doing the touch of work. And then if you can, palpate, put your hands on the tops of your thighs. And as you go, you want to feel like you feel a little bit of aliveness come into the muscles underneath your hands. And then you want to just kind of notice, do your hips want to try to shift, or can you just get a nice easy lift and lower? And there's no right or wrong, we just notice. Now, once you've palpated enough and you feel like there's some good strength coming out of the tops of your thighs, we're going to go opposite hand, opposite leg. So you're going to let your hands come out and go one arm up, one leg up, one arm up, one leg up. And we're going to build up to just a touch of fatigue. So we're getting some strength building going on. But notice your breath. You want to make sure you still can breathe comfortably in and out through your nose. You're not clenching your jaw. We're stepping away from any points of pain. So you can always do little micro adjusts. You can do bent knees. You can do no arms, any of the things that feel good. So you feel like you're making your legs feel alive, but you're not feeling like you're holding a whole bunch of tension in your body. Lovely. All right, next time, the right leg, left arm are in a lift. Hold steady. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Slow lower down, switch sides, lift up, hold steady, hold for 3, 2, 1. Slow lower down, sit your back up again, go back to a twist, but now go a little bit deeper into your twist or rotate to a point that feels good and take a nice big breath. On your next inhale, come through center. And as you exhale, twist to the other side. Go a little further on this side, find just the depth that feels nice, and then take a nice big breath. On an inhale, come through center. We're going to go resistance free for the first round. We'll do a little stuff for our legs, and then we'll come back in and put resistance in. So you're going to go elbows chambered at the side of your ribs or side of your waist, thumbs up. And you're going to, without moving your head, so you're going to do a little tuck of the chin just so you feel like your head's in this nice, active, steady position. You're going to go thumbs out, hold there, lift your chin up, tuck your chin down. Chin comes back to neutral, hands swing back in nice and slow. And then we just want to shoot for not having our head coming forward. So double tuck that chin, rotate thumbs out, hold there, lift your chin up, lower your chin as far down as it goes comfortably. Chin comes back to neutral position, thumbs come back in. One more time with no resistance. Roll out, hold there, lift your chin up, tuck your chin down. Chin comes back to a neutral position and release your thumbs. And then just take a second, shoop it out. All right, now grab your theraband and we're gonna go pressing the gas pedal. So you're gonna take your theraband into a little bit of a U-shaped loop and you're gonna step your foot into the loop. And then you're going to choke up on that band as much as you can so you get a good, sturdy, firm resistance. And then for some of us, it'll feel just a little bit better to be a slight leaned back position. So you put a little space into the front pockets of your jeans. So aliveness in the spine, tip back just a touch if it feels good. And then we're just pressing the leg forward and back. Like you've got a big, gigantic gas pedal and you're pressing it all the way down and then coming back. And then you're going to just take a little peripheral glance at your knee. And you want to try to make that knee go steady. So it's not wobbling and wiggling. You want to go nice, sturdy press forward, straight line, and come back in slow and controlled. And we're shooting for a little bit of strength building. So we want to go slow, intentional, and you And you want to be like Shira, Princess of Power, rip your theraband in half. I choked on it too much. All right, so go for, don't do that. Don't snap yourself in the face. And you don't want the resistance band to pull you back into place. So you want to go with the resistance out and with the resistance in. And then just go for a couple more. And then when you're ready, soft release. Take a second, give it a little swish, swish, swish. And then we're going to take it to the other side. Loop under your foot. Get a good firm hold of that band, choke up on it as much as you feel good about, and then we press. And then you're just going to keep that peripheral glance on the leg. So you want to roughly so, you think knee in line with the second toe is kind of the way that we think about it. And then we press straight out and then come back in. You've got it. For some of us, though, there's just that tightness in that hip flexor. So we want that little bit of space. So for some of us, just that touch of a lean back is going to make it a little bit more comfortable. Now, of course, if you're recovering for anything or rehabbing or prehabbing for anything and your quads need a break, then you're going to go resistance free. If that feels better, take the time to just kind of tune in and notice. Go for about 3 more if you can. All right, and then when you're ready, you're going to slowly, carefully release your foot from that band. Take a second, give your legs that little shake, shake, shake. And now we're going to go back to our thumbs up. So when we grab our theraband, you kind of hook your thumbs. So you make that little lobster claw, and then you're going to shoot for whatever grip works so that you can get that thumbs up position for the forearm. So get your grip in a way that makes good sense and get your thumbs up. And then you'll adjust your resistance as you go. So you're going to pull out, holding that tension there, lift your chin up. Tuck your chin down. Chin comes back to neutral. Slow return, work with the resistance of the band. If you did one and it feels like there's any pain points in the shoulders, put the band down. If everything's feeling good, thumbs up. Rotate out. Hold there. Chin up. Chin lowers down. Chin comes back to neutral. Slow return with the band. Pull out. Hold steady there. Chin up. Chin tucks down. Head comes back to neutral. Slow return. We're going to do 2 more if we can. Pull out, hold steady there. Chin up. Chin tucks down. Chin comes back to neutral. Come in nice and controlled. One last time. Pull out, hold steady there. Chin goes up. Chin tucks down. Head comes back to neutral. Slow release to return. And then whoo, whoo, whoo. That's a nice, good effort. Take a second, twinkle your fingers, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Now we're going to do a sun salutation to each side. So you're going to find that nice sturdy stance. Your feet are solid on the ground. There's a little bit of aliveness to your legs. So your feet press into the earth. Your butt's nice and solid in your chair. Hands come down at your sides, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, gather your hands through heart center. Let your hands come down at your sides, just connecting that movement with the breath to start. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Hands down at your sides. One more just like that. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Hands down at your sides, and now we'll take it further. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold towards your feet. Does not matter if you can touch your feet, we just reach towards them. Inhale to a half fold, come up halfway, make a little space for yourself. Take your right hand to your left knee, take your left hand and reach it behind you, and then we use our drishti, our focus gaze. Look to that back hand with your eyes, take a nice big breath. Return nice and slow, bring that hand in, catch hold of your knee, bring your knee towards your chest, bring your nose towards your knee. Keep your knee towards your chest, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Release your chin, release your foot, float that leg down nice and slow, come right back into your mountain. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold towards your feet. Inhale, halfway up, make a little bit of space. Take left hand to the right knee, right hand reaches behind you for a twist, and then we look to that back hand with our eyeballs. That's your drishti or focus gaze. Return nice and slow. Bring that hand in, catch hold of your knee, go knee to chest, nose to knee. Keep the knee towards your chest, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Release your chin, release your foot, float that limb down nice and slow. A little side angle in between just to get that little bit of our lateral flexion. So hop one leg out to the side, go elbow to the knee, lift the bottom rib cage up, take your top hand, reach up and over. And then we're going to go a little bit of rib and torso movement. So you're going to roll your pinky finger down, but pull the ribs along with you as if you're trying to turn your whole torso down, and then lift back up, rotate your torso as if you're trying to shine your heart up towards the sky. Do it again. Roll pinky finger down, turn your heart down just a little bit, look down at the ground, and then pull pinky finger up, turn your heart up just a little bit, look to the sky. One more there. Rotate pinky finger down, look down, pull your heart down just a touch, and then roll pinky finger up, look up, lift your heart up towards the sky, and then release that arm before you come up. Use the strength in your side body, come up nice and slow, hop the leg in, switch it over to the other side. Step the leg out to a comfortable width, elbow to the knee, rib cage lifts away from the thigh, top hand reaches up and over. One side might feel different from the other, so go to the depth that feels good. Roll pinky finger down, look down, heart comes down just a little bit. Roll pinky finger up, look up, heart shines up towards the sky. Roll pinky finger down, look down, heart goes down. Roll pinky finger up, look up, heart shines up. One more time, roll pinky finger down, look down. Roll pinky finger up, look up. A little bit of a neutral position, lift your elbow away so you feel that good strength in your side, and then lift up with good control. Hop that leg in, take a second, give it all a good swish. All right, now we're going to go sun salutation again, but then we're going to come up to standing off to the sides of our chair. So find your good solid stance, find your mountain pose, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms up, hands meet at the top if they can, chest lifts, look up towards the sky. Exhale, softly fold towards your feet. Inhale, halfway up, make a little space. Right hand to the left knee, left hand reaches behind you for a twist. Bring that hand back in nice and slow. Bring knee to the chest, bring nose towards the knee. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Release your foot, release your chin, set it down. We're going to spin off to one side. So you're going to pivot a little bit, let your hands find the surface of the chair, and then roll off to the side. So you come into a little side table position. And then once you've got your side table position, we're going to take the outer leg, and it's going to do a couple of leg lifts. You're going to lift up and down. You're going to think a little softness into the knees, so you're not stressing anything out too much, but you're letting your butt muscles pick up the weight of your leg. So you're keeping your table nice and sturdy. Beautiful. Go for two more if you can. All right, and then when both feet are back down on the ground, bend your knees a lot, push down strong into your feet, come up to a standing position, a light touch to the chair. However, if your balance gets real wiggly, go backside of the chair so both hands can be on. We're going to do some calf raises, and we're going to just do a little play with our proprioceptive touch. So put your hand onto the tall side of your chair, lift your calves or lift your heels up away from the ground, hold at the top for a moment. And you're going to see if you can do 3 touch and release with your hand. Just touch, 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 touch it down, hold there, lower your feet nice and slow. Lift back up, hold in the high position, touch, touch, touch. Now see if you can lift your hand away, lower down nice and slow and controlled, touch the chair, lift your heels up, hold there, touch, 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 hand touching the chair, hand up, go for the one that feels sturdy to you, lower down nice and slow, and then a little lopsided down dog, one hand in the tall position, one hand in the low position, walk yourself back to that down dog shape. And then once you've got that little lopsided down dog, turn your head to look under the high arm and take a nice big breath. Reduce the turn of your head, soften your knees, push with your legs to come forward back to that tabletop position. 3 more leg lifts with that outer leg. Lift it up, keep a little bit of a bend, go 1, 2, 3, and then we pivot around so that we can bring our butt back to our seat. So back to that seated mountain pose, come back around in a way that makes good sense. And then once you've got your seated mountain pose, take a second just to get nicely organized there, feet pressing into the ground, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms up, hands meet chest, gently lifts if that gentle back bend feels good. Otherwise, keep it out if it doesn't feel good to your back. Exhale, fold towards your feet. Inhale, halfway up. Take left hand to the right knee, right hand reaches behind you for a twist. Let that hand come back in, catch hold of your knee, go knee towards your chest, nose towards your knee. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Release your foot, release your chin, float that leg down. Now we're pivoting around to the other side. So you're going to find a handhold, spin yourself off to the other side, get into your standing tabletop position. Get organized there first. Once you've got your standing tabletop position, outer leg is going to do the work. Stabilize. How high your leg lift might look different one side compared to the other. It might be just a barely coming up and down. You're going to shoot for where do you feel like there's room available to do a little bit of work. Can you keep your table nice and sturdy? Go for about 2 more if you can. And then when you're ready, set that foot down, bend your knees, push strong into your feet, come up to standing position, touch to the tall side of the chair, calf raises again. So position yourself in a way that makes good sense. Now we're going to see if we can go up without the touch. So you're going to see if you can feel the chair, release your touch, lift your heels up, do 3 touches, 1, 2, 3. Keep your hand in a lift if you can, float your heels back down, touch, lift away from the touch or keep the touch if that feels like more stable. Lift your heels up, 3 touches, 1, 2, 3, release touch, float your heels down, touch the chair, release the touch, lift your heels up, hold, touch 1, 2, 3, release your hold or keep it there if that feels more stable, lower down nice and slow. Lopsided down dog. One hand to the tall side, one hand to the low side. Walk your butt back just to a comfortable enough position. And then turn your head, look under the high arm. Take 1 more breath. And then when you're ready, return your head, bend your knees, push strong into your feet. Return your weight to your seated position using the strength in your legs to come up and away from any folds. And then once you've found your way to your seated position, come back to that nice, solid, organized position. Feet solid on the ground, butt solid in the chair, nice, tall, upright spine. Drop your left ear over to your left shoulder. Take a big breath. Take an inhale, lift your head through center, drop your ear over to the other shoulder. Take a breath. Use your inhale, pick your leg up, I'm 2 steps ahead. Pick your head up. Now, scoot your bum forward just a touch. We're going to get one leg in a slightly externally rotated position. And then you're bringing it up almost as if you're trying to go for like a seated tree pose. You're going to hold in the top position, hold for 3, 2, 1. You're going to come down as if you're just letting the toes touch the ground, and then pick it right back up and hold in that top position, hold for 3, 2, 1, lower down, let the toes just barely touch the ground. Come up and hold for 3, 2, 1, float it down, return it to position, give it a little swish. And then we're going to take that work to the other side. So we're going to get the leg into external rotation and then pull the leg up as if you're going into a tree pose where you'd put your foot to the inside of your thigh. Hold for 3, 2, 1, float it down, but just let the toes barely touch the ground. And once they find the ground, pick it right back up. Hold for 3, 2, 1, float it down, let the toes touch the ground, pick it back up and hold for 3, 2, 1, float it down, let the foot return. We're gonna come back to this leg and then we're gonna add a touch of resistance. So turn the leg out, lift the leg up. Now take your hand and you're gonna put a little push. So you're gonna push your knee into your hand, you're gonna push your hand into your knee, and you're gonna hold that nice steady frame of resistance. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to switch a little asymmetry. So release that hand, release the push. Now bring your hand in. You're going to attempt to keep a little external rotation. Push your hand into your knee, push your knee into your hand. Stay tall in your spine. Hold for 3, 2, 1. And then soften everything down. Give it a shake. And then we'll take that work to the other side. So you're going to turn the leg out, lift up into your tree pose position, hold, take your hand, put your hand to the knee, create a little resistance. Your knee's pushing into your hand's pushing into your knee, and you hold steady, hold for 3, 2, 1, soften, switch, asymmetrical hold, push the knee into the hand, push the hand into the knee, hold that steady frame, hold for 3, 2, 1, soften, float it down, give it a little swish. All right, now we're going to come into that forward slack position. So you're going to bring yourself forward. You're going to take a little glance at your toes. You're going to go for an attempt. Some of us will hold the small toes down. We want to go big toes up, hold the big toes in a lifted position, hold for 3, 2, 1. Big toes down, small toes come up, hold small toes up, hold for 3, 2, 1. Small toes down, big toes up, hold, 3, 2, 1. Big toes down, small toes lift, hold, 3, 2, 1. Small toes down, big toes lift, hold for 3, 2, 1. Big toes down, small toes lift, last hold for 3, 2, 1. All toes down, stay in that forward slack position. Little soft heel raises, lift your heels up and float them down. Just a little bit of movement into the ankles. Think of this as more like gentle, soothing motion, putting a little bit of lubrication into the ankle joint and a little bit of a live movement into that marma point where the leg meets the foot. And then assuming that it's comfortable, give your fingers a little twinkle. We're going to push our thumbs into that Indrabhasti point. So Indrabhasti point is a marma point where that governs the strength in our legs. So we go about 4 fingers down from the pit of our knee into our calf muscle. So we usually just wedge our hand in, notice where that's at. Think about 4 fingers down, middle of your calf muscle, and then you push your thumbs into that middle of the calf muscle point. So you're going to push with a steady firmness of your thumbs. And then while you've got that steady firmness of your thumbs, you're going to do light little tibialis taps. You're going to hold that squeezing point with your thumbs, and you're just going to lift the toes and the balls of the feet and then float them back down. Notice your breath. Notice if you're clenching your jaw. Lovely. One more up and down. And then we're going to release our grip, walk your feet a little bit forward, and then soft fold toward your feet. You don't have to touch your feet. We just want to feel that nice soft fold, a little stretch into the low back, a little stretch all through that posterior chain of your body. And then it closes off just a little bit the front of the body so that we can feel a little breath into the back body. So breathe as if you're trying to breathe into the back of your shoulder blades, the back of your rib cage, and down into your low back. Take one more breath. Come away from your fold nice and slow. Walk yourself up just enough. Walk your feet in just enough. Now we're going to take our heels of our hands and we're going to find the low point of the chin and we're going to push up. So you want to feel like it kind of stretches your chin just a little bit. So you're going to push and drag your hands up right where you hit that meaty part of your cheek. So you want to feel like you're just right in front of the masseter muscle. So push into the chin, drag your hands up. Make sure that feels like a good enough place for your hands to land. And then you're going to tip forward and let your elbows rest and just let the weight of your head and your face rest into your hands. Take a breath. Now you're going to see if you can keep your lips together and then do those smushy lips like you're trying to kiss your own cheeks. So you got the little tension on the fascia of your face, lips are together, and you're smushing your lips from side to side. One more smush with your kissy lips, and then take a moment just to soften the pressure of your hands. Give your face and your jaw a little wiggle. We're going to come up to an upright seat. You're going to take hands up and over. So you're going to reach up and over, and you're going to lift your eyebrow in a touch of surprise. And you're going to hold that touch of surprise lift into your eyebrow. And then you're going to do 10 intentional slow blinks. So you're going to open and close your eyes. And you just want to kind of feel a little bit of muscle movement working underneath your fingers. And then once you've done about 10, slow release, and then we'll take it to the other side. Reach your hand up and over, grab that eyebrow, give it a little lift of surprise, and then 10 nice intentional blinks of the eyes. And then once you've done about 10 good blinks, slow release, take a second, give your face a little twinkle and a wiggle. All right, now we're gonna do a slow motion variation of breath of joy. We're gonna do a single arm version. If you've got any blood pressure stuff where you might have a tendency to get dizzy, I want you to go as slow as you possibly can so you notice and make sure it doesn't make you feel lightheaded and you got your chair underneath you, but you wanna make sure you just feel safe and sturdy. And you're going to scoot your bum over to one side just a touch so your arm has a little bit of room to swing. When we do breath of joy, we inhale through our nose, arm goes up. We inhale through our nose, arm goes out. We inhale through our nose, arm goes up, and then we exhale through our mouth and we let the breath go. But we're going to go nice and slow and just tune in. So you're going to inhale, 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 exhale through your mouth. Inhale nose, inhale nose, inhale nose, exhale through your mouth. Inhale nose, inhale nose, inhale nose, exhale through your mouth. Pause for a second, let your hand rest. Notice your equilibrium. Do you feel lightheaded or dizzy? Is there anything that feels amuck? And if so, then you're going to go as slow as you possibly can. If things feel good, we're going to do 3 with a slightly quicker pace. And it's a sip of air, sip of air, sip of air, and we let it go. So it's not an inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. It's an inhale, 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 and then we let it all go. All right, so find your nice tall spine, and away we go. Inhale, 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 let it out through your mouth. Inhale, 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 let it out through your mouth. Inhale, 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 let it out through your mouth. And then pause for a second, rest, notice, hopefully if you feel a little energized, and we're going to scooch our butt over just a little bit so our arm on the other side has a little freedom to move. One side might be different from the other one, shoulder might be different from the other, so we go slow to start. Slow and steady, inhale, 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 slow exhale through your mouth. Inhale up, inhale out, inhale up, slow exhale through your mouth. Inhale up, inhale out, inhale up, slow exhale from your mouth. Let your hand rest for a moment. Take a moment just to notice. And then make little micro adjusts on this side so it's appropriate, but we're going to go 3 more with a little bit of a quicker pace if that feels right to you. When you're ready, inhale, 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 let it out through your mouth. Inhale, 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 let it out through your mouth. One more time, inhale, 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 let it out through your mouth. Let your hand rest. Scoot your bum back to center, working those QL muscles again, and then walk your butt all the way back into your seat. Let your back find the back of the chair. Let everything reduce effort. Nice soft feet, nice soft legs, nice soft belly, nice soft shoulders, soft arms, soft hands. You're leaned back into your seat. See if you can just feel any gentle movement of the back of your rib cage or your upper back body against the seat. Take a nice, generous in-breath. Take a slow and intentional exhalation. And then staying a little bit inward. If you can, just flip your palms so they're facing up and give your fingers a little twinkle, and maybe give your toes a little twinkle. And then we're just going to finish with a light cultivation of opposites. It's one of the practices of yoga where we know that we can hold two different potentials within our own body. So when we cultivate our opposites, or Pratipakshibhavana, we do it simply. We're going to make one hand into a fist, and you're going to hold a nice tight squeeze in that hand. And your other hand is going to catch a butterfly, and you're just going to hold that gentle cupping maneuver with your hands. And you take a nice big breath in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Release the butterfly, release your fist, and then switch sides. So the hand that was holding the butterfly, make that hand into a fist. The hand that was making a fist, catch a butterfly. Hold that slight and subtle opposition. One hand is firm and hard, one hand is soft and gentle. Take a nice big breath in through your nose. Take a nice slow breath out. And then release the fist. Release the butterfly. Give your fingers a little twinkle. Give your wrists a little roll. Sit your back up away from the back of your chair. Give your shoulders a little shrug and a little wiggle. Make sure everybody's feeling good. And then once you've got a nice tall upright spine, take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, and just take a moment to come back to yourself. The breath of love and gratitude for your mind, for your body, for all of your hard work. And then exhale to let go. Soft jaw, soft armpits, soft space between your eyebrows, and let go of anything in the work that we did that you didn't like, because you don't have to do it anymore. And then when you're ready, gently lift up to the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. You guys are amazing. Happy Wednesday.